I'm so glad we went to see a movie about the most transcendent form of human being known to exist on planet Earth.
They say that being in the whole sex industry is like the oldest profession. I think that's hunter-gatherers, but hey, we can debate. Okay, everyone, it's TVB. Once again, special guest here, Forrest.
AKA Blossoming Desire.
Yep, his channel will be in the description down below. We just got back from seeing Hustlers, which is the latest film that stars Constance Wu and Jennifer Lopez and some other cool people. As it's inspired off a true story. Yeah, it's fall is here and we're getting to award contenders. And it's based on Constance Wu and Jennifer Lopez, and they're strippers, but thanks to back in 2007, when 2008 rolls around, the stock market crashes, and everyone's out of work, so now they gotta hustle and sell drugs and do illegal things to make more bucks. So, Forrest, what were your expectations going into Hustlers?
My expectations for this movie is I was a lot of times, I heard the word stripper, and the thing that came to mind was Magic Mike, actually. I was expecting...
Haven't seen it.
I was expecting a Magic Mike, but for men. This was not that. This, I feel like, has a lot more weighty social commentary in it.
So, Magic Mike was, just male strippers just being sexy for 2 hours?
More or less, but I do think different people have different readings of what that movie was.
Alright, that's fair. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect with Hustlers. I mean, I was kind of... part of me was saying that this is going to be trash, but the main reason why I was looking forward to seeing Hustlers was for Constance Wu. She was in Crazy Rich Asians last year, and she was really good in that, and, her career is growing, and I want to support, rising stars like her. But then the trailers, I was like, and people in the comments were just like, oh, this is the Cardi B movie. Cardi B is in it, and it has a Cardi B song in the trailer. It's just...
She wasn't in that for that long.
Yeah, this movie is not what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I was more expecting the sale off star power, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's like, Cardi B is in this movie, I want to say for a total of 5 minutes.
5 or 6 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and she's only in it for the first, third of the entire movie. And thank God that was the case, because her character for the few scenes that she was in was just annoying. Even when she's not...
I agree with that.
Even when she's not singing, her voice is annoying. And, her performance was wooden, and it's like... I don't know, just Cardi B is a horrible singer, rapper, whatever the heck she is. And, yeah, it's like, I was not looking forward to seeing her in this movie, and lo and behold, here she was, and it's like, yeah, but she was in it for a mercifully short time.
Yes, and actually, on that note, the music they used was very interesting.
Yes, this one was a very interesting soundtrack. It's very late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yes, but they also use a lot of classical music, specifically Liszt and Chopin. Liszt tends to come in scenes talking more about the group, and Chopin more about different relationships in the group. And it does make a very emotionally compelling soundtrack for the movie.
This one has really nice cinematography as well. I feel like there are a lot of shots that are drawn out, kind of like what Alejandro Iñárritu does, with The Revenant and with Birdman. I got that similar vibe to it in a few scenes. It was very, very well played. And the film looks and sounds nice. I mean, all the people who play, the exotic dancers in this movie, they look great. Constance Wu is a pretty actress.
Have we found your weakness, Vitas?
What? What is my weakness? What is my weakness, Forrest? Tell the viewers what is my weakness.
Pretty ladies and thick thighs.
I want to say an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's about the right time.
This film feels longer than it does. The pacing was slow.
It does. The pacing is very slow, although there is a lot happening during that time frame.
Again, this film is not what you think it's going to be from the trailers, and I think it deserves the positive reviews that it's getting.
Yeah, I would definitely say the same.
Yeah, could this film, since we're in that whole time of the year, could this film receive Oscar nominations? I could probably see it being nominated for Best Choreography.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of the dancing scenes are really well thought out.
Oh, that's not even an award. I meant cinematography.
Ah.
That should be an award. Best choreography, if that's not an award. Like, Academy, make that happen. And performances, yeah, everyone was pretty good. I mean, aside from Cardi, of course.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez was surprisingly good in this movie. Like,
yes.
she's older now, but
yes.
she's still working, and, you know, she's had a very bumpy career for sure, but, like, I can say that she was good.
And she fits the matriarch role of the group very well.
Yes, it does. Again, this movie is inspired off true events, and again, I don't know how much of this stuff actually happened. I want to read more into that, but
yeah, this has definitely got me curious because it does feel like there's a lot of more social commentary in this movie than you might expect going into it, especially about single mothers and the sex industry in particular.
Right, yeah, because a lot of strippers and people working in that whole realm that people tend to frown upon, you really should keep an open mind on why they are where they are, because a lot of them do have kids and sick parents and grandparents that they just don't have any other way to make, you know, they need to make money somehow.
They need the money.
I mean, frankly, I still think, you know, the sex industry is a pretty screwed up place, and you guys don't want to know, I've seen it firsthand, but, like...
yeah, it can get very derisive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't respect the practice, but I do respect people, you know, like...
Yes, I think you can be respectable and still be in the sex industry.
Of course. Yeah, and I just hope that more people will see that, and, like, you see the stock market crash that happened at the end of the 2000s, just like how big corporates, like, there is a very surprising hierarchy with certain businesses,
yes.
And like how some people on Wall Street, it's like, oh, they're just they might not even be the wealthiest, but then work on Wall Street is like, that just makes them the most powerful people in society, and, you know, it's like, what does that make us then?
Modern slaves?
I mean, we get paid if you're working, but it's like...
If you have to work to live, isn't that still slavery?
Ooh, that is deep. I mean, here's the thing. When I'm done with school and when I'm, like, working wherever I'm working, I want my job to let me live instead of live for my job. Does that make any sense?
That's fair.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to lose who I am, and, like, I want the rest of my life to be, you know, be pleasant, and you gotta do whatever it takes to make that happen. But it's like, some ideas, it's like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We're going off on a huge tangent here, but seriously, there's this weird rhythm that everyone feels like we have to fill, and I don't think that's right. Anything else to be said about Hustlers?
No, just lots of social commentary, to be honest. A lot more than you might expect from what sounds on the surface to be a fun movie about strippers.
Yeah, again, this movie's now you think of in the trailers, and it's definitely a film I would recommend seeing. So if you had to put it on your old scale of 0 to 10, where would you rate this movie, Forrest?
Probably an 8.
I'll probably go for an 8 out of 10 as well. Yeah, I was on the fence about whether I was going for like an 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, but think about it again, how it like exceeded my expectations that were not so big in the first place. Yeah, this film is really worth seeing.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Forrest, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day, and yeah, don't wear sweatpants.